What's good? We back again. Who is it? My nigga Hurricane, Hood Tools, nigga. In the house again. Said the pack of men, ladies and gentlemen, front, left, right. We back again with the Hurricane Hood Dude. What you gonna do? We in the house again. We going back again, back again, going back again, back. Are we going back again? For the very first time. Don't worry if I write checks, I write rhymes. What's good, y'all? What y'all know about dilated peoples, man? Y'all don't know about dilated peoples. Y'all don't know about that fight night round 3. Shouts out to everybody coming through, man. This is Hurricane Hood News, Hood Reviews. Make sure you like, share, subscribe for more content. And yo, man, what a day, what a day. All these bitches Richard Nixon call us out our name. So we broke in a fucking office and took everything. And we move along. Oh, with Terror Pro, we exposed it all. Yeah, we gotta talk about RFK. And what people don't understand, and you need to put pieces together. You know what I'm saying? Just put the pieces together. When you hear the word RFK, what do you feel? What do you see? What do you think about? You think about JFK. You throw up the RFK, you think about his family and what happened to his family and what happened to the friends and associates and journalists and random motherfuckers that knew him. Boop, dead. I need you to think, why? If I'm thinking about JFK. The more I think about this RFK shit, I think about how corrupt this government really truly is. Shouts out to Joe. Tell him something, Joe. RFK exposed. Now let's play if Hurricane was playing the political game. I would endorse RFK if I wasn't no revolutionary. If I was still an NPC, I guess, or what's that, semi NPC? Let's just say if I was a political type of guy, I would choose RFK. You know, but being smart, ain't no billionaires going to endorse him. Remember, politicians are bought. And your name connects with a nigga that we murked. But before I get off into the RFK, we need to go to the Democrats. The Democrats or the Democrats, the blue brand, the fucking brand that's always promoting race bait, hate bait, and division. Let's pay for immigrants. Let's keep the criminals out in the street and fuck up your lives. We just want your vote. We just gonna just motherfucking make you feel good. We gonna call some entertainers that you know and love to juke and jive for massa. We ain't gonna talk about no policies. We just want your vote. Which creates these type of stupid motherfuckers that talks about they're just gonna vote for Kamala because she's black and has a vagina.
So you're talking about identity politics? Well, let me ask you a question. Would you vote for it?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm gonna just be real honest with this. She's a black woman.
I'm gonna just be real honest with this.
It goes back to what somebody was saying, where it's not voting for someone, but majority. Just hold on. Let me find this out.
I think majority
Only because she a black woman?
yeah.
She was like, yeah. She was so proud of it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Little John was there. Yeah. Yeah, he was there. Fucked my spirit all up. I was like, damn, Little John, I lost respect for you. You know, it's only because he's a dog-ass producer. This nigga makes some cold-ass beats. Real shit, nigga. You cannot lie and say that motherfucker, get on my level, ho. Or that, or any Little John beat. Shit, damn. Take that and rewind it back. Shouts out to Bronze. What's good? The dumbest motherfucking people had the loudest voice. I know. It's fucking crazy. Like, man, dog, like even the fruitcakes got the loudest voice, and they the smallest majority. The motherfuckers got the loudest voice. They took over the video games, movies, best-selling novels, TV shows, and comic books. I'm heated. I'm fucking heated. That's my escapism. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's my escapism. I'm trying to motherfucking kick back, relax, and play a video game, and they threw a motherfucking tranny getting plowed by a guy. Hashtag Last of Us 2. And it was game of the year. Knowing darn well ain't nobody buy that shit. But we gotta talk about this. You know, before we get off into the RFK, we gotta talk about how stupid motherfuckers is. This bitch said, I voted for her because she black. I'm just be real. We get Smiley crying. Steve Harvey talking about, fuck this nigga.
Do you not see how that's a bad idea?
Elaborate.
She was like, elaborate. I don't think me voting for her because she black is motherfucking wrong or stupid or ignorant. Elaborate. So he about to elaborate. And what he's about to elaborate on is something that we have been saying for the longest. But these motherfucking sheeple just don't listen. But we about to get off into it now.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars.
We are in 3 proxy wars.
Of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country.
Yeah, she failed at the border. Now we got over 20 million illegal motherfuckers in this country. Oh yeah, since you niggas don't want to vote, guess what? The motherfucking immigrants or the migrants are the swing vote. Just when you thought your vote didn't matter, nigga, your vote don't matter now. God damn it. It's time to rally with the niggers and start a revolution. Better quit playing. Who said this? Niggas are scared of revolution. You dead prayers. Niggas are scared of revolution.
That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they're in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare.
We got to go back.
We're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million.
Failed at the border.
Million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they're in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city.
Nigga, the fucking rats in New York got on boxing gloves talking about, nigga, let's scrap, nigga. Nigga. Gotham City, nigga. Nigga, yo, nigga, Batman have to motherfucker take a couple nights off in that bitch. Shouts out to P. Moses. Peace and salute, Hurricane, and everybody in the chat. Shouts out to P. Moses. We gotta part the Red Sea on these niggas. You got to go back real quick.
How that's a bad idea?
Elaborate.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they're in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They are literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you in. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before. But we sit here and vote her in office on identity politics. The very person that she was under as far as the president of the United States of America, she called him racist during a debate, which shows you how fake she is. And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's black and she's a woman. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for is the alphabet community, and that's this landmark thing that he's still standing on today. So the only thing that we have to stand on is identity politics. That shit didn't work with Tiffany Henyard in Dayton, Illinois. It didn't work with Karen Bass. It didn't work with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. It didn't work with Brandon Johnson that then took over his birth position of Chicago. It didn't work with Andre Dickens in Atlanta. It didn't work with Eric Adams in New York. It doesn't work across the country. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole.
Yep.
And we sit here talking about identity politics?
Now, we're going to play that just one more time for those just coming in. You know, shouts out to Red Illusion. Shouts out to P. Moses. Shouts out to Tell Him Something, Joe. Joe in the building. You know, we got to get this comment shit out the way, you know, like before we get this other shit out the way. Hold on. This is for all those. I want to vote for her because she's black and she got a vagina. Not because she's good at her job, not because she qualifies for the job. Why they kept pushing Kamala and this bitch was unpopular? You know, like really, you got to think about that. You got to think about that. Why is they pushing an unpopular bitch? You know? And what really makes me mad is this. How the fuck is she winning in my state of Michigan? How? Who's backing her? Oh, yeah. The big Gretchen Whitmer, the one that was caught up in the fake FBI plot. She probably got a hand in this. Because most niggas in Detroit is motherfucking screaming Trump. Or they ain't with motherfucking really voting at all. Because at the end of the day, nigga, what's the policy? What really, black people should be saying, look, I want money, I want land, and I want a bill to protect us like y'all gave the Asians. I only want 3 things. If I was in this politics shit, if I don't get these 3 things, nigga, we're not voting. We ain't going to work. We're going to burn this fucking country to the ground. And that's on everything. Hurricane, hold on, man. I ain't tell you to come out yet. This ain't the fuck the government podcast, nigga. Hold on, goddamn. All right, nigga, let's hit us again.
Yeah.
One more time.
Do you not see how that's a bad idea?
She ain't even convincing. I know.
Elaborate.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they are in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York,
$65 billion. Oakland, San Fierro, and Los Santos, nigga. And I'm saying the cold days because of GTA San Andreas.
they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They are literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on.
But I was telling people back in I think it was like 2011 or 2012. I was like, look, if they raise the price of the motherfucking minimum wage, guess what's gonna go up? The cost of living. So nigga, let's start this revolution so we don't have to go through this shit. But nah. Let's raise minimum wage. They raised that shit, and guess what went up? The cost of living.
New minimum wage because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was.
But real talk, if you motherfuckers print the money, everybody should have a ways that they can live on. Nigga, fuck the bullshit. This system is all corrupt, and all nations crumble, all empires crumble because y'all don't give a fuck about the people. And once the people rise up, it's gonna be a fucking wrap. So keep running and flying high to y'all bunkers, because when we find that bunker, we're gonna open that bitch up and light that bitch up. We're gonna open that bitch up. You know what we're gonna do? We're even gonna open it up. We're gonna motherfucking get a cement truck and just motherfucking bury y'all asses. Yep, sure live.
Almost 10%, depending on what city that you in. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before. But we sit here and vote.
Yeah, don't forget she locked up more black men than the motherfucking actual. Goddamn, I fucked the joke up. But anyway, yeah, she locked up niggas. So did Biden. So did Mr. Clinton. That most of you black niggas like Bill Clinton's the first black president. Why? Because he played a saxophone and got his dick sucked. He's the first black president. The first black president. The nigga look white to me. But anyway, you calling him the first black president because he played a saxophone and got his dick sucked? You niggas was dumb then. Oh yeah, did you know we was in a little minor recession at that time too? No one ain't know about that because we were so busy motherfucking calling Bill Clinton the first black president because he played a saxophone and got his dick sucked, and we was too busy motherfucking playing Bone Thugs and Harmony all day shooting at people. Sending niggas to the motherfucking crossroads, send them to the crossroads. Nigga. Biden was a straight slave owner. Really? You stupid. Which slave master you want? The one that whoop your ass or the one that talk to you nice, but give you crumbs? They gaslight the poor ass. Yup. And they are the ones who are the just slaves. Yup. These motherfuckers is wildin'. These motherfuckers. The revolution is coming. And these motherfuckers is gonna be woo-wee. You talking about, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So the shit that we went through for 400 years, man, nigga, it's gonna be times 10. We're gonna really fuck this government up. Nigga, real shit. You don't understand. This is the law. Fucked us up, we got to fuck you up back. Nigga, real shit. Nigga, I'm not the only one suffering here. This is black, white, nigga, everybody on this bitch. Nigga,
The amount of
Oh shit! Hold on, man. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck happened to my shit? But like, fuck it. We didn't go to the motherfucking RFK. You already know what motherfucking like Kamala did. You know, we gonna get this RFK shit out the way. Because RFK on that bullshit. I gotta go to my other phone, other YouTube. You know, my other phone ain't shit, so bear with me. Where is it at? Now, like I said in the beginning, hold on. We gotta do a quick little commercial. We gotta do a quick little commercial real quick. You know, just some funny shit. Get some funny shit out the way real quick. Hold on. Yo, man, this shit is fucking hilarious, bro. This motherfucking Dragon Ball Z meme, dog, with Goku. Hold on, man. This shit hilarious. What's good, man? I gotta see this shit. Can y'all see this shit? This shit is fucking hilarious, bro. They got Idris Elba playing Cell, right? Shit hilarious. This shit hilarious. I get this nigga the fit nose sister, man. All right, nigga. All right. Before we get talking to this JFK shit, we gotta talk about motherfucking JFK real quick, dog. We gotta get off. We gotta get off into what JFK said, exposing these motherfucking elites. Ladies and gentlemen.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For I have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion.
Right.
This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away and foreign, but close at hand and local. It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
Man, that's the best fucking speech I've ever heard from a president. Like, dude, if I was born at that time, nigga, like, best believe I'd be a straight up Black Panther looking at this shit like, did this president just say this real shit? He just said some real shit, y'all. Blam! Oh shit! Damn! Yo, dog, he was saying some real shit. Now, let's get on to this RFK. Like, now that y'all got that shit on out the way, you see why they had to murk him. It's like real shit, man. He called him out. Now, RFK blames the CIA for taking out
Democratic White House contender Robert Kennedy Jr. blaming the CIA for assassinating his uncle, former President John F. Kennedy, back on November 22nd, 1963.
There's a 6-year cover-up. The Warren Commission was run by Allen Dulles, who was the head of the CIA, who my uncle fired. Congress found that, yeah, it was a plot. It was a conspiracy. There were multiple people involved.
RFK Jr. adding there is overwhelming evidence that the CIA was involved in this murder. I think it's beyond a reasonable doubt at this point. The CIA, of course, claims the agency was involved in the assassination of JFK a lie. Now, Kennedy is citing James Douglas's book, JFK and the Unspeakable, as having the most evidence. Tonight, RFK Jr. calling on President Biden to release all the documents about his uncle's death and follow through with the 1992 Assassination Records Act Biden voted for.
Yeah. Now, let's get on to the meat and potatoes of this shit. Get this motherfucker. We gotta go to the Jimmy Dore Show, Jimmy Dore.
CSAT tour will be in Duluth, Georgia. Right
RFK drops out the race and fucks with
Tempe,
Trump.
Arizona, and Burbank, California. Go to
Ta-da!
link for those tickets. After Bobby gave that speech today announcing that he's going to drop out of the swing states, but he's going to stay in the red and blue states on the ballot. He's going to drop out of the swing states because he doesn't want to hurt Trump. He certainly doesn't want to help Kamala Harris. So he goes to this in Arizona. He goes to this rally that Trump's doing in Arizona, and Trump introduces him, and people go crazy for RFK. This guy has made his whole life as an environmentalist. And now he's fighting Big Pharma the last 10, 15 years, which is why the media has turned him into a crazy. But of course, he's not crazy. He's on point with that. He knows exactly what he's talking about when it comes to vaccines and the FDA and health and safety and the safety of our food supply. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And Republicans are cheering that. So Trump said he's going to put RFK on the presidential commission. And guess what? For what? To put him on a commission to release the assassination docs on RFK and JFK. Watch this.
And this is a tribute in honor of Bobby. I am announcing tonight that upon my election, I will establish a new independent presidential commission on assassination attempts.
Yeah, yeah, man, get the fuck out of here. Let's pull out some heartstrings, y'all. Let's open up some files, y'all. Nigga, we already know y'all killed him. Let's pull on some heartstrings on some shit that happened in the 60s. The sheeple is eating this shit the fuck up. Yum, yum. Psyop soup for the goddamn soul.
Task with releasing all of the remaining documents pertaining to the assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
That's unbelievable. And he also said prior to this that he is going to obliterate the, he said the Democrats love the deep state. I'm going to obliterate it. Now, the last guy who said that was JFK, and we know what happened to him.
Blam, blam. Night after night. Blam, blam. Things like blam, blam. Nigga, why is that the saddest song in the world to get shot to? Nigga, they ain't had to overkill Queen Latifah like that. Also bullshit. Blam, 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 blam. Morning down on my blam, blam, blam. I'm sorry, man. Set it off with the shit.
So it seems like Trump has got his balls back, or I don't know what's going on, but something happened. Here we go.
No, nigga got that ear back. Nigga, that fucking reptilian ear start growing, nigga. You know that shit grows back overnight, nigga. She a reptilian. Reptilian. Allegedly.
And they will also conduct a rigorous review of the attack last month. But I tell you, I have never had more people ask me, please, sir, release the documents on the Kennedy assassination.
Wow, I never hear more people say, release the documents of the Kennedy assassination. How about release the goddamn documents of that Epstein list? Can I get an amen? Nigga, fuck it. Can I get a gram so I can roll up this weed? Can I get an a gram? A gram? Can I get a gram of the finest Chiba? I got Chiba, and then that Chiba, and that Chiba. What y'all know about that GTA? San Andreas, nigga.
So that's amazing. So then he introduces Bobby, lets Bobby give a speech. He gives like a 4 or 5 minute speech. And I want you to listen to this. And I want you to it's remarkable for several reasons. One, that the Republicans are cheering for it. Now, Glenn Greenwald talked about this a year or two ago about the difference between Trump Republicans and establishment Republicans. There is a difference. And so, watch this. Now, Bobby made his bones as an environmental lawyer. They're cheering an environmentalist. That's what's happening at a Republican presidential campaign event.
A few hours after his assassination attempt at Butler, I got a call from a safe food advocate named Kelly Means, who's been fighting for many years to try to end the corruption at CDC and FDA and USDA.
We're trying to end the corruption at the CDC, the FDA, and the USDA. What the fuck Jeezy got to do with this shit? Not that USDA, my nigga. Oh, yeah, and I thought you was talking about the USDA. Go on, say the FDA, don't throw the money. Go on, say the FDA. Not that USDA, my nigga. All right. CTE, corporate thugging, CTE.
So he's talking about taking on the regulatory agencies and fighting big corporations.
What's good? Go DJ. Yo, that's my DJ. Overtime in the building.
And they're cheering it at a Republican presidential rally. Let that sink in. How it has flipped and how immediately Donald Trump is miles to the left of Kamala Harris. He is far to the left. Like I said before, when he announced he's going to get the taxes off tipped wages, I go, he's immediately already to the left of Kamala Harris. He's already. And then Kamala Harris, then she copied his proposal because it was so popular. Even though a year earlier, she cast a tide-breaking vote to make sure you could go after tipped wages. So, this is enormous. This is really kind of groundbreaking, what's happening.
And these institutions, these regulatory agencies are actually run by the big food processing companies, the big ag and the chemical companies that they're supposed to regulate.
And they're booing big corporations that run our food production and chemical companies. He's got Republicans. I know I'm repeating myself, but he's got Republicans at a Republican presidential rally cheering and booing big corporations, cheering him to regulate them and clean them up and get the corruption out of them, and booing these big corporations. That is amazing.
He said to me that he'd been advising me for many years on my campaign. And he told me that night that he was also advising President Trump. And he asked if I would talk to President Trump. And I said, of course. And about a few minutes later, I got a call from the president. And we talked. We had a very good talk. And then he invited me to come see him the next day. And I went to Minneapolis and saw him. We met again a couple of weeks later in Florida. And we talked about, not about the things that separate us because we don't agree on everything, but on the values and the issues that bind us together. And one of the issues that he talked about was having safe food and ending the chronic disease epidemic. Our children are now the unhealthiest, sickest children in the world. Don't you want healthy children? And don't you want the chemicals out of our food?
Yeah.
And don't you want the regulatory agencies to be free from corporate corruption? And that's what President Trump told me that he wanted. He also told me that he wanted to end the grip of the neocons on U.S. foreign policy.
That is amazing. The end of the grip of neocons on our foreign. Guess who's a neocon? Joe Biden. Guess who else is a neocon? Kamala Harris. Guess who else? Everybody who runs the Democratic Party. They're neocons. They're the party of George Bush and Dick Cheney now. And this is why CNN cut away when he started saying, this is when they cut away? No, they don't want this message. Okay, here we go.
He said he didn't want any more $200 billion wars in Ukraine, that we could use that money back here in the United States.
He's now anti-war. So now Trump becomes anti-war. He sounds like, first of all, right now, that sounds like what we say on this show. That's what I say at all my live events. Lefties we just want to end the wars, invest that money back here, and have healthcare that doesn't bankrupt us. And he's going to clean up the food supply. He's going to get everybody healthy. Here we go. The crowd is cheering.
And the best way to build a safe America is to rebuild our industrial base and rebuild the middle class in this country. And don't you want a president who's going to get us out of the wars and who's going to rebuild the middle class in this country?
This is unbelievable.
And he told me that he wanted to end the censorship because the whole basis of American democracy is the free flow of information. And we know that a government...
He's pro-free speech, anti-censorship. He's the peace candidate. And he wants to go after big agribusiness and the regulatory agencies and fight to clean up our food supply from big corporations and chemical corporate. This is what the Democrats should be saying. Because first of all, it's popular. Second of all, it's the right thing to do. This is what people have been done. This is populism. And CNN doesn't want to show you that. The Democrats don't want to show you that. And now Trump and Bobby Kennedy are miles to the left of Kamala Harris. If this message gets out, which it will, I'm bringing it to you right here on this show. They will crush Kamala Harris. Crush her. All the fake, phony, empty enthusiasm that I saw at the Democratic convention this week for Kamala Harris, which is just fake. It's just based on she has a vagina and she's black. That's all it is.
Didn't I just say that shit? Didn't I just say that shit? Didn't I play a motherfucking clip? Didn't I play a motherfucking clip? Let's play that clip again. Hold on. Oh, no. We're going to play that clip again. So.
And people are projecting things onto her. You talk to anybody in that Democratic convention hall, nobody has a clue about policy, and they don't care.
Shouts out to the daughter Judah, Hurricane for president. Oh, shit, man. I don't want the throne. I'm good. But I would love to sit in the Oval Office in a destroyed White House. Just act like I'm a president for about a couple minutes and shit. Just sit in the seat. You know what I'm saying? Kick my feet up on the desk, smoke a blunt, get my dick sucked by a big titty secretary. You know what I'm saying? In a destroyed White House. I'm talking about, nigga, that bitch dilapidated, destroyed. That bitch been hit with a whole bunch of revolutionary Scud missiles. And I got a whole wall gone. And I'm just chilling. Because real shit, I want the Pentagon. That is going to be my fortress. Tell your 5-star generals, I hope you niggas bought an extra clip. And I am going to be so close. They ain't even going to know. You better motherfucking barricade the Pentagon like y'all got the White House barricaded. Allegedly. Independence Day. Hell yeah, nigga. That motherfucking Bill Pullman speech, nigga, from Independence Day. Hell yeah, nigga. Hurricane too good for that piece of shit. So I might stay thrown. I know it got Monica Lewinsky all over it. Chris Rock for vice president. Yeah.
Policy, and they don't care. Okay, here we go.
That can silence its opponents, has license for any kind of atrocity. And can you think of any time that you can look back in history and say that the people who were censoring were the good guys? They're always the bad guys, because it's always the first step down that slippery slope to totalitarianism.
And don't you want a president who's going to protect America's freedoms? And who is going to protect us against totalitarianism?
He said the word.
And I want you to ask you again, don't you want a safe environment for your children?
He's got Republicans.
Don't you want to know that the food that you're feeding them is not filled with chemicals that are going to give them cancer and chronic disease?
They're cheering environmentalism.
And don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again? Thank you all very, very much, and God bless you, and God bless America.
I know for a fact. I know for a fact if I was, God damn it, if I was in the politics, I know, nigga, I would have been in that bitch lit like a motherfucker. This nigga's in this bitch lit like a motherfucker. Yeah. You know how many sheep is in that motherfucking room prepared to be slaughtered? I'm so fucking glad I'm motherfucking a revolutionary dog. But you also gotta understand is just like the movie The Matrix. All those motherfuckers at the RNC and the DNC, those motherfuckers are the agents that we gotta motherfucking whoop up like Neo was doing Agent Smith. So yeah. Agents are all around us. These motherfucking NPCs, these agents, these sheep, or whatever you want to call them. These motherfuckers are going to be in our way, or they're going to be chasing us down like how they was doing the niggas in the Matrix. So it's either you motherfucking be the one, turn around and fight, or you do what Cypher said. You run. You run like your life depended upon it. Like real shit. 52 blasts with a George Star. 52 blasts with a George Star Joe reverse like your life depended upon it. Remember the Titans reference.
That's amazing. What you're seeing here is historic. That is amazing. That is the complete flip-flop of the parties. There's Trump and Bobby Kennedy being populists, being anti-war, pro-free speech, anti-corruption in government. That's what's happening. He miles to the left of Kamala Harris. How is Kamala Harris going to combat this? She's not. She's not, because she's an idiot and she's corrupt, 100%. 100%. And so this leaves the problem of Israel-Palestine, because they have the same position as Kamala Harris and Joe Biden and Tim Walz.
Dun,
right?
dun, dun.
So that's the big problem, right?
Dun, dun, dun. Y'all know better than the other motherfuckers on the Israel shit. But at the end of the day, fuck Israel. Did I just say that? Yeah. Because don't the Rothschilds run that shit? Didn't that shit just sprung up out the clear blue and motherfucking after World War II? Like, nigga, fuck out of here. Y'all, didn't y'all motherfucking do some shit with the British in order to get that motherfucking territory? I forgot the name of that motherfucking shit. But it was some shit with the British and, you know, some shit. Oh, shit. But yeah. But
well, what I've been saying is, you know, Trump likes to make deals. And what he'll often do is be over the top in his rhetoric, and then like he was with North Korea, and then make a deal. And he said, you know, I would end that Ukraine war in 24 hours. And he knows exactly how to do it.
What's good? Shouts out to Big Dog Philly OG. Make sure y'all subscribe to Big Dog Philly OG. We go to these spiritual armor and a lot of good food to get through this next damn selection. Bro, I'm gonna buy popcorn and watch. What the fuck? Versus panel. Oh. Orange Man versus Pamela Scary. My eyes saw something else. Because I had to get close. These were small ass letters. You know, these were small ass cell phones and shit.
Hey, I'm going to cut off your money. That's it. And then that's it. Because that is how what would end it. That's the same thing that would end the Israel-Palestine conflict. I'm going to cut off your arms and I'm going to cut off your money. And that's that. Because Israel's economy is cratering right now. And Zionism looks like it's going to be a failed. All my Jewish friends who are in the space, Russell and Keaton, tell me that it's failing. That there's a big brain drain leaving Israel. Now Israel is supposed to be there to create a safe zone for Jewish people. It now is going to be the least safe place to be because of all the carnage and the genocide and the ethnic cleansing and the murdering of the Palestinians that they've done.
Because of the Rothschilds, by the way, taking motherfuckers' land and shit. It's going to be conflict forever. Nigga, I don't give a fuck nobody say. It's going to be conflict forever until the people that don't belong over there leave. Simple. But the evil people fund the people that don't belong over there. Man, but real shit, we just gotta purge the evil on this planet. People are like, thou shalt not kill. Well, fuck that. I'm gonna kill these evil motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. To defeat evil, you must know evil. Extreme times call for extreme measures and all that good shit. Hashtag Stokely Carmichael. And I know y'all don't know who that nigga is. I'm bringing his name back into the light. Stokely Carmichael. Look him up. He was all over the COINTEL profiles. Nigga like, damn, why are they fucking with this nigga? Oh yeah, because this nigga is saying what the fuck I'm saying right fucking now. This nigga went out saying what the fuck I'm saying right now. We need to destroy this government. I bet you wonder where is the exposure about to happen at? I don't hear Arcade being exposed yet. RFK is already exposed because he is still in politics. That's why he's exposed. Explain yourself. Elaborate, Hurricane. I'm going to elaborate like this. These motherfuckers killed your fucking uncle. And you still want to motherfucking be in the facility? Be in the motherfucking area? These niggas killed your fucking uncle. Like, these niggas was knocking off Kennedys. Like, yo. And you fighting to get some files to be seen? For the public that already knows that the CIA had involvement? You are wasting your breath that you barely have. Like, nigga, I would have turned to a straight killer revolutionary. Like, these motherfuckers murked my motherfucking uncle. These motherfuckers murked my pops. These motherfuckers murked my cousin. I'm about to go ham on the government. I'm not about to stay in the game. I'm about to destroy the game. It's time to play the game. So, for real, RFK is exposed because you still rubbing shoulders with the enemy. Like, nigga, fuck RFK. Because every time we think of RFK, we think of JFK. You know, like, you don't have your own brand, nigga. You ain't make a name for yourself. You come with a shadow. As a matter of fact, you are the shadow of a dead nigga. Like, real shit. Yes, you want this, so do we. But are you going to get it? Hell no, because the government going to murk you. Or murk your character. Take a breath.
Murdering of the Palestinians that they've done. They're creating anti-Semitism. Zionism is, and they've conflated the Zionists. Have conflated Zionism with Judaism. They want to do that. So when you criticize Zionism, they can call it anti-Semitism, but it's not, because the most Jewish Jews, which are the Hasidic Jews, are against Zionism. Did you know that? People don't know that. I was on Benny Johnson's show last night. He didn't know that. Yeah. The Hasidic Jews are not on board for Zionism and for the Israel project. Did you know that? So I've been saying that I think, just like how Nixon he was a red baiter his entire career. He was able to go, because they always said, oh, only Nixon could go to China, because that was a big deal when he did that. Because anybody who was less than a red baiting maniac right winger, if they went to China to open it, they would say, oh, he's a communist. That lefty's he's too red. So Trump did that with Kim Jong-un, and he's talked in the past about, we don't have to be enemies with Russia or China. We can turn our enemies into friends. And he's right about that. And he's also said he's going to end the Ukraine war. And so I was hoping, I'm like, am I crazy to think this, that he's doing over the top rhetoric so he can come in and force a deal? Because I found that audio tape where he says that it's Benjamin Netanyahu that doesn't want a deal. The Palestinians want a deal, and he had a very warm relationship with the leader of the PLO. Very warm. And he realized that those guys want a deal, and it's that Benjamin Netanyahu and the Israelis that don't want a deal. And so I was hoping that Trump was being over the top rhetoric, first to get the $100 million from Adelson's widow, which he got. And then so he could go in and force a deal. Because Trump wants to have credit for deals. That's his deal, baby. Well, guess what? So I've been saying that, right? And I haven't heard anyone else saying anything close to that. Except now, here's this guy, Zaid Jilani. He says, the last thing Democrats want to hear, but I don't work for them, so here it is. If Democrats are unwilling to use leverage against Israel, then it falls to persuasion. Netanyahu is more likely to be persuaded by Republicans than Democrats to settle it. Netanyahu has to pick an endpoint to this war to declare victory, and kicking the Dems out of power is a good point for him. Members of his cabinet said that they don't want a ceasefire. That's a gift to Biden. It would hurt Trump. Biden and Harris are getting played by him. They're getting played by Netanyahu. So look at this part. It would be humiliating for the Democrats to lose the election. Trump takes office and Netanyahu declares victory. And then Trump brags that he brought about a peace deal with Israel-Palestine. But that's a real possibility right now, because Biden and Harris don't use U.S. leverage to stop the war. So there's the first other person I've seen say this. And there's my fingers crossed hope for the Israel-Palestine is there. It certainly isn't in the Democratic Party. It certainly isn't with Biden Walls or Biden Harris or Harris Walls. It is not. In her speech, she's talking about she wants to bomb Iran. They're nuts. The Democrats are completely like listening to Dick Cheney and George Bush, listening to Harris talk. They're nuts.
Yep. And we'll stop it right there, because we need to end this real quick. But my thoughts, like, let's be real. Like if I was just like, like if this was a real, like, well, I don't know how to put this. Oh, fuck it. Here's my ideal of America. A real America. In Hurricane's eyes, right? A country that closed off its borders to everybody else. Fuck all y'all niggas. We know how to make shit. We don't need y'all shit. So the import-export shit is done. We just go to other countries just to visit, say what up to other people that we know, and look at the sites. We're not going to trade shit else. Fuck them. The fuck we need a motherfucking Toyota for? Bitch, I drive a motherfucking Chevy. Nigga, built for it tough, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to buy me a Chevrolet. Dipping down the road, nigga. So, just straight pro-America. You know? Only time we see another country is when we do the Olympic Games and we gonna whoop y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? And we have a country that's no fluoride in the water, no chemtrails in the air, no GMOs in the food, no diseases. We actually will value education. Teachers will get paid properly because they actually really making a whole bunch of smart individuals. And the athletes will get paid accordingly because y'all really playing a fucking kid sport. Y'all shouldn't get paid those millions of fucking dollars. That shit should go to communities. You know, no more motherfucking pollution and shit. Man, dog, man, give us an ideal America. But you know what? Hurricane, that's a goddamn dream and a fucking fantasy. You know? You would love to have a beautiful world where you just go outside and know the air you breathing is not toxic, or the water you drinking is not poison, or the food you eating ain't gonna kill you in the following week, or the CDC ain't motherfucking injecting poison in your child every time you go get a checkup. You know, it's crazy, man. And they actually shut down the world. It felt good for them to sit on their motherfucking throne to be like, yeah, nigga, we shut down the world, nigga. We can do whatever we want, nigga. Trap at those kids. Trap at those kids. Put up those 5G towers. Pass some laws. Pass some laws. Arrest them. Arrest them. You know? That's what we went through. And they're trying to do it again. So, like I say, man, Viva la Revolution. The only solution is revolution. Destroy your government now, because they're going to try to do it again. And are you going to let them? Are you going to let them shut this country down again? Fuck this politics shit. I want to expose RFK because, nigga, you still in the game, nigga. These motherfuckers murking everybody in your motherfucking family that's a Kennedy. But we need to listen to motherfucking JFK again, man. Because by far, he was the last good president. And if Trump say he about to do all the shit that JFK trying to fucking do, then they gonna motherfucker try to really get rid of him. Or maybe if he do run, he might have a mysterious heart attack in office. You know, it's crazy. I'm not sure. I'm not fucking sure. But the way the game is going, they got Kamala winning. Like, nigga, no one likes this bitch. How is she winning? How is she winning? It don't make no fucking sense. But after this RFK shit, who knows what's about to happen next? But if the machine is backing Kamala, if the powers that shouldn't be is already running the show and they already got this shit all mapped out, because you know the world is a stage, right? If the shit is already mapped out, nigga, it's over. Kamala won, and we're about to be fucked. So buy some freedom tools and get ready to motherfucking blast, because, nigga, the shit about to go down. The shit is about to go down. Why you think they got the White House barricaded? Just think about that. You wouldn't barricade the White House if you motherfucking know motherfucking Trump was gonna win. You barricade that shit because you know Kamala gonna win, and he's so-called Trump cult is gonna come out and start fucking shit up. The QAnon niggas, the fucking CIA and they motherfucking people. I don't know. That might happen. It might happen. You know what I'm saying? But y'all got the White House barricaded. So what is that about? You know, I'm just saying. You know, I don't know if they took it down or not, but the last time I checked, that shit was still up. So, gotta grab me some water. Spark this blunt up real quick. Now look. Remember, presidents are not elected, they are selected. And this is another reason why RFK is exposed, because nigga, you know the game. And plus you're an environmentalist. You should not even be here. Like on some real shit. You're an environmentalist, nigga. You shouldn't even be here. But just like Trump, you a businessman. You make deals. You a celebrity and a businessman that make deals. You don't belong here. It's nigga, they in the motherfucking White House like nigga, they not like us and Trump. It was like, yo, nigga, he's a businessman, nigga. We are politicians. You know, but both of y'all motherfuckers be at Bohemian Grove though. Both of y'all motherfuckers part of the Skull and Bones or whatever fraternity y'all in, right? You know what I'm saying? Or y'all rub hands with the same motherfucker that motherfucking pat y'all on the head because y'all do a good job in distracting the fucking people. Nigga, it is what it is. But real shit, RFK, he don't even have the voice for this. Literally, he don't have the voice for this. He sound like he smoke 1,000 cigarettes a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you saying all the good shit, but nigga, your name connects to a nigga that got murked by the motherfuckers people that you rubbing hands with. So nigga, fuck that. If you ain't on the spook you set by the Doe mission, like you infiltrated the government to take out the nigga that took out your father, you should already got rid of that nigga by now, my nigga. On some real shit. Nigga, real shit. Let me motherfucking infiltrate politics to clap the motherfucker that murked my daddy or murked my uncle or murked my cousin or murked my brother. Nigga, when I get the job done, I'm out that bitch. But no, you want to try to be a president. Like, nigga, what you should have did, Mr. RFK, was rub hands with some billionaires. That was your mistake. Rub hands with some billionaires. Because remember, politicians are paid for. They're bought. You were supposed to got bought by a big titty bitch from a fucking Caribbean island somewhere. You're supposed to have some motherfucking unknown money where the motherfucking politicians or the niggas in politics would be like, how the fuck is RFK getting this money? We know how much money he making. How is he still in the game? I think he's being backed by a billionaire. Which one? We got them all in our pocket. I don't know. It must be somebody we don't know. It must be a woman that is fucking. Well, find out. Shit, might have to assassinate both of these motherfuckers. But look, JFK wasn't such a, you know, I mean, JFK wasn't innocent either. He was doing shit behind the scenes too. But he was doing some shit that the average motherfucker, nigga that be cheating doing, you know? Nigga fucking the secretary. I did a video on him fucking with a chick named Mimi Beardsley. You know what I'm saying? And plus he was fucking with Marilyn Monroe, sneaking the bitch through the tunnels. I think that's why she got murked. You know, because your ass wasn't supposed to go through those tunnels. Ain't nothing wrong with motherfucking meeting up at a hotel, and, you know, but no, you want to get snuck through the tunnels allegedly. Right, give me in the same room as a billionaire. It's a wrap. But what I was about to play? I was about to play shit. I was about to play JFK again. So let motherfuckers know. If this what Trump is on, ladies and gentlemen, If this what Trump is on, this is all to feed in this JFK shit. Oh my God, he gonna motherfucker do what JFK was trying to do. I'm gonna vote for him. You know what I'm saying? Once the people hear this, it's gonna be a wrap. But the machine is backing Camel Toe Harris. But we all know presidents are not elected, they are C-legged, fuck them all. But we gotta hear this. Because once you hear RFK, you see this guy.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open
But we gotta
society.
call out these
And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. No president should fear public scrutiny of his program, for from that scrutiny comes understanding, and from that understanding comes
He said no president should be afraid of scrutiny. So he could be speaking and I could pop up in the car and be like, fuck you, nigga, you wrong. Be like, okay, I'm wrong. Tell me what I'm wrong at. You're wrong because this policy is supposed to blah, 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 and go with that policy of Article 187. It's like, oh, I see you've been doing your homework. Well, I guess we are wrong. Well, we're going to look into that and we're going to change our ways. Now, that'll be some shit that make my motherfucking black ass sit the fuck down. Like, well, thanks, Mr. President. Okay. Kamala smell like Willie Brown and Montana.
Support or opposition, and both are necessary. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people. For
he's like, I'm asking the news people, like, yo, nigga, I'm not saying, nigga, rally behind me and motherfucking pander to me. Like, yo, nigga, I need y'all to really inform the American people about what the fuck is going on. And we don't hear no president talking like that, but I guess Trump and Mr. RFK is on this shit, huh? This man, dog, this shit is crazy. And plus, I said this shit years ago. I was like, man, I think we motherfucking living in the 60s again, because you know how history starts to repeat itself and you can see it. You know, like with the riots and the motherfucking protesting and the attacks, you know, like by the police, hashtag KKK, you know, and the justice system. I'm like, nigga, The fuck, you know?
Have complete confidence in the response and dedication of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends...
He said, I welcome it. So he don't mind if I say, fuck you, JFK. I welcome it.
Be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it.
See? Man, this is a bad motherfucker. The last bad motherfucker president on the planet, bro. Bro, he's next to Bill Pullman off an Independence Day type of president, bro. You know what I'm saying?
We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them.
We expect you to point them out. So he's looking for a nigga like me to be like, this is going on, that's going on, that's going on. JFK, the FBI is fucking with my neighborhood. Do something about it. And this nigga was like, nigga, I'm about to shut down the FBI. We're not about to go to war. I'm rubbing hands with motherfucking MLK. There was like, murk that motherfucker, and murk that motherfucker, and murk his brother, and motherfucker murk all the witnesses that's about to come to the motherfucking trial. Nigga, the JFK assassination story is fucking crazy. I done the research, and I swear, bro, a lot of more people died. Bro. All I gotta say is the Benavisti brothers, Jack Ruby went nuts after he motherfucking murked Oswald in front of everybody. Bill Hunter was a journalist. George Senator was a roommate. Dorothy what's her name? Dorothy Killerfew or Killergew? Some nigga named Gary Underhill. Nigga, bro. That's all I gotta say, bro. And when you watch the JFK movie starring Kevin Costner, one of the greatest actors of all time. I'm just bullshitting. That's a legend. But Tombstone was the shit, nigga. But anyway, but a lot of more motherfuckers got murked. That's all I gotta say, bro. A lot of more people got hit, you know, during this motherfucking whole situation, bro. And it has CIA all over it. And real shit, I think Dorothy was a bad motherfucker. Dorothy was like, nigga, I'm about to crack this bitch open in 5 days. She told her friend that. Oh yeah, her friend got murked too. She had some type of brain aneurysm or something. But there was like, the motherfucking, like the files of her autopsy seemed fabricated. So it's like, yeah, you just told your friend you about to blow the lid off this motherfucking case. They take you out and your friend? Oh no, man, that's grimy shit. I forgot the friend name.
Of our citizens whenever they are fully informed. I not only could not stifle controversy among your readers, I welcome it. This administration intends to be candid about its errors. For as a wise man once said, an error doesn't become a mistake until you refuse to correct it. We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive. That is why the Athenian lawmaker Solon decreed it a crime for any citizen to shrink from controversy. And that is why our press was protected by the First Amendment, the only business in America specifically protected by the Constitution, not primarily to amuse and entertain, not to emphasize the trivial and the sentimental, not to simply give the public what it wants, but to inform, to arouse, to reflect, to state our dangers and our opportunities, to indicate our crises and our choices, to lead, mold, educate, and sometimes even anger public opinion. This means greater coverage and analysis of international news, for it is no longer far away. And
the Republic.
But close at hand and local.
For the Republic.
It means greater attention to improved understanding of the news, as well as improved transmission. And it means, finally, that government at all levels must meet its obligation to provide you with the fullest possible information outside the narrowest limits of national security. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
Yeah, yeah. Slap your daddy. Slap your goddamn daddy. What? You gonna take back everything you took? Slap your goddamn daddy. Yeah. Fuck the government. But let's end it right. Hold on. We gotta go to my page real quick. Because I don't think y'all know about Mimi Beardsley. Y'all don't know about Mimi Beardsley. Y'all gotta put y'all up on some shit. I gotta put y'all up on a story about Mimi Beardsley. Yeah, he gave a good speech, but behind closed doors. Where the fuck is my shit at? Okay, hold on. I had to go to my playlist. Where the fuck? There we go. Here we go. 6-minute video. 7-minute video. Now, Mimi Beardsley story told by Jimmy. I think Jimmy Norton. Jimmy Norton is hilarious.
Tonight on Rock Center, President Kennedy's intern. Meredith Vieira's first report for us is an exclusive and explosive interview with a woman who's gone public with a secret she never thought she'd share about her intimate time spent with President Kennedy inside the White House and elsewhere while she was still a teenager. Her book is now out, and tonight Mimi Alford speaks for the first time.
While she was a teenager. Nigga, she was 19. Teen is the key word here. No, nigga, the key word is he was married. Doing this dumbass shit.
With Meredith Vieira.
Oh, she had to marry somebody because Mimi Beardsley sound horrible.
It was exciting. It was glamorous. It was fun.
It was exciting. It was glamorous. It was fun. I bet it's the same thing those girls that was accused of T.I. was saying.
He was a 19-year-old college kid, an intern in the White House press office. He was the 45-year-old leader of the free world, and she was the free world. I think that was under the aura. She says it all began on just her 4th day at the White House, when the president gave her a private tour that ended in the First Lady's bedroom. He then put his hands on my shoulders and sort of guided me down to the edge of the bed. And I think he may have even said to me, "Is this all right?" I didn't really know what was about to happen. And then
he said, "Is this all right, Mimi? Mimi, am I hurting you, Mimi? Lay down, bend over. Pass me the whiskey."
I lost my virginity. I think.
Is this White House 18-month affair with Jack Kennedy? Yeah. She was an intern at the White House? Yeah. So Clinton wasn't the first, huh? He made fucking. Holy shit. JFK did it right. 4 days into her internship. She was invited by an aide to go to for a midday swim in the White House pool.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, midday swim, 4 days into it, you're all green and ready to go.
Yeah.
With a handsome 45-year-old president swam daily to ease chronic back pain. JFK slid into the pool and floated up to her. It's Mimi, isn't it? Yes. Yes, sir, she said. And you're in the press office this summer, right?
He does these impersonations. That's real people.
Yes, sir, I am, she said. Her voice by like, oh, God. Lightning had struck. Later that day, Mimi was invited by Dave Powers, the president's first friend, and later the longtime curator of the Kennedy Library in Boston, to an after-work party. When she arrived at the White House residence, Powers and 2 other young female staffers were waiting. Powers poured and frequently refilled her glass with daiquiris until the commander-in-chief arrived.
Get her liquored up.
Nice. Just so people know, they describe her as a slender, golden-haired 19-year-old.
Yes, she's hot. They got pictures of her up, and you can tell, even though it's like the early 60s, she's very hot.
And because of her finishing school, she was all polished and she had blue blood connections. So
she had blue blood connections. But you got to see how she looked, though. Y'all don't know how Mimi looked. I'm about to turn my camera on, y'all. That chick was fucking hot. Nigga. Mimi Beardsley, nigga. JFK was staring her ass up in a drunken slumber. I mean, in a drunken, whatever the fuck. Mimi Beardsley.
Staffers were waiting. Powers poured and frequently refilled her glass with daiquiris until the commander-in-chief arrived.
Get her liquored up.
Nice. Just so people know, they describe her as a slender, golden-haired 19-year-old.
Yes, she's hot.
That's her now.
And you can tell, even though it's like the early 60s, she's very hot.
And because of her finishing school, she was all polished and she had blue blood connections. So the president invited her for a personal tour. She got up expecting the rest of the group to follow.
They know better.
They didn't. He took her to Mrs. Kennedy's room. By the way, this is a president who has shit down.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed he was moving closer and closer. I could feel his breath on my neck. He put his hand on my shoulder. The next thing she knew, he was standing above her, looking directly into her eyes and guiding her to the edge of the bed. By the way, 4 days into her internship, what did we have to take in there? We're not allowed to be interns. Oh, we finally are?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't take her to the cunt. Slowly unbuttoned the top of my shirt dress and touched my breasts. Then he reached up between my legs and started to pull off my underwear. I finished unbuttoning my shirt dress and let it fall off my shoulders.
Oh, man.
Kennedy pulled his pants down with his shirt still on, hovered above her on the bed. He smelled of his cologne, 4711. He paused where he noticed she was resisting. Holy fuck.
Oh, she resisted a little bit, huh?
Well, you know, little big ears.
Yeah.
Haven't you done this before? Yes. No, she said. Are you okay? He asked. Yes, she said. So he kept going, this time a little more gently. After he finished, he hitched up his pants and smiled at me and pointed at the bathroom. Takes her cherry. Then he hitches his pants up and points at the toilet.
Points to the fucking bathroom. Yeah, she was a virgin.
She said when she was done, she was in shock. He, on the other hand, was matter of fact and acted as if he had just occurred was the most natural thing in the world.
What's the minute?
Would you like something to eat? He asked. Right there. Was like the most natural thing in the world.
What's the minute?
Would you like something to eat? He asked.
Nigga, that's just fucking funny.
He, on the other hand, was matter of fact and acted as if he had just occurred was the most natural thing in the world.
What's the minute?
Would you like something to eat? He asked. Right there. Looks like you, Mr. President. He called a car to pick her up and take her home. On the ride home, it kept echoing in my head, I'm not a virgin anymore.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a virgin anymore, and Jack Kennedy took your fucking virginity.
The next week, she was again invited to go swimming. He barely acknowledged my arrival, betraying no hint of what had happened between us a few days before. I couldn't bring myself to look at me in her eyes, she writes. Later, he led her to a different bedroom. This was the beginning of our affair. Their sex was varied and fun. He could be seductive and playful at times, and sometimes acted like he had all the time in the world. Other times, he was in no mood to linger. He just needed to come. They spent an inordinate amount of time taking baths because, and he changed his shirt 6 times a day because he hated things sweating and grinding. I think he might have no problem. Oh, sweating Boston drunk. Sweating out the fucking whiskey. Or it was he was probably fucking so many different girls. Oh, yeah. He didn't want the stink of some other chick's twat on him. And you know that big, hairy, early 60s bush. Yeah. Oh, they didn't even touch it as far as any kind of manicure. How do you have time for politics? Oh, amazing. Well, he promised he would call later under the pseudonym Michael Carter. Michael Carter. And then he played a recording of Nat King Cole's Autumn Leaves. He made her concentrate on the lyrics. Even JFK's, listen to the words. This is the part that I think is pertinent to our situation. When that says, I'm fucking you, keep your mouth shut, or I'll have you killed like Marilyn.
Listen to the lyrics. I'll have you killed like Marilyn. But yeah, man. JFK wasn't so innocent, man. I just want to let y'all know that. Would you like something to eat? He asked. But yeah. But this whole shit is all a shit show, man. This is all one big fucking game stage, you know. Presidents are not elected, they are selected. We got niggas out here talking about this motherfucker on the other side with this Kamala shit. But nigga, like I said, like if I was in a political atmosphere and I'm asking the question, what are y'all gonna do for black people? It's like nigga, they ain't say shit. Kamala said, I ain't doing shit for y'all. It's so many goddamn words. I ain't doing shit for y'all. But black people should ask for these 3 things: reparations, some land, and a fucking bill to protect them, like y'all gave the Asians. So like shit, real shit. 3 things that I ask for, like, you know, like if I was in this political atmosphere, you know. But
You say you're talking about identity politics?
but no, this motherfucker's doing this shit.
Let me ask you a question. Would you vote for it?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm gonna just be real honest with this. She's a black woman.
It goes back to what somebody was saying, where it's
Gotta
not
play it
voting
again.
for someone, but majority just to
Hold on. Let me find this out.
I think majority.
Only because she a black woman?
Yeah.
Do you not see how that's a bad idea?
Elaborate.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they're in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco, ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They're literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you were. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before. But we sit here and vote her in office on identity politics. The very person that she was under as far as the president of the United States of America, she called him racist during a debate, which shows you how fake she is. And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's black and she's a woman. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for is the alphabet community, and that's this landmark thing that he's still standing on today. So the only thing that we have to stand on is identity politics. That shit didn't work with Tiffany Henyard in Dayton, Illinois. It didn't work with Karen Bass. It didn't work with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. It didn't work with Brandon Johnson that then took over her position of Chicago. It didn't work with Andre Dickens in Atlanta. It didn't work with Eric Adams in New York. It doesn't work across the country. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole. And we sit here talking about identity politics?
That's some real shit. Now, I got one more video to play. I thought I was going to end it with the political shit, but everybody talking about this Project 2025 shit, and they claim, well, Trump claimed he's not part of it, but you know he is. But I think that is some shit to make a nigga not look at the real agenda. And the real agenda is called Agenda 2030. They talk about this Project 2025 shit. And when I looked it up and did the research, shouts out to the JBJ Network for covering it. And it's more like a dictatorship to me. You know, like the way the motherfucking shit is motherfucking laid out. It's like a straight dictatorship, straight up. They just get that out of the way. But the real agenda is Agenda 2030. Like real shit. And I'm trying to find my video that I had that was discussing it. Should be brief. What the fuck is it? If I can't find it, I'm gonna say fuck it. It's supposed to be in my history. I was just watching shit. Like on some real shit. Yeah, here it go.
Paying your bills on time raises your credit score, right? Wrong. In fact, this is one of the great.
But I want to focus on what you said about the World Economic Forum and the title of the book, because as you mentioned, the title comes from the 8 predictions for the world in 2013, posted by the World Economic Forum on Twitter, now X, back in 2018, created from an article that they published in 2016. This isn't some conspiracy theory. Klaus Schwab says this all the time. We talk about Dr. Evil. I mean, some could say he looks like central casting for a Bond villain, but nonetheless, you've got Klaus Schwab saying, as it is said in that list, you will owe nothing and you will be happy. Whatever you want, you will rent. So why don't you give us some background here on Klaus Schwab? We know he formed the World Economic Forum in 1971, but for those that aren't familiar with it, or just know it as the organization that puts together Davos, where the rich and powerful gather in the winter of every year. Give us the background that we need to understand here and why we need to be concerned by their agenda.
Yeah, so with Klaus Schwab, the one piece of credit I'll give him is he's one of the most persistent individuals I've ever seen. He's had these messed up messages and he has been trying to push them, repackage them, repurpose them, entrench them, like you said, since 1971, when it was originally called the European Management Forum, I believe. And, as things shifted in sort of the geopolitical landscape, what was sort of these business ideas started to attract people from the political arena and the like, and somehow he just managed to sort of put himself in the middle of a lot of very powerful people, and so he was able to kind of keep putting out his message. One of the most interesting takeaways is that since that time in 1971, when he founded the European Management Forum, the WEF predecessor, he also put out a book, and this concept of the stakeholder kind of popped up at that point in time, and it really ties into everything that we're talking about here. He very clearly is trying to basically conflate the concept of a stakeholder with a shareholder. If you are a shareholder in something, in a company, for example, you've gotten that way because you've either put something at risk, or because you put something at risk. It could be your capital, or it could be your time and your blood, sweat, and tears. But you have taken that risk and you are getting compensation for the risk. And that is why you are deriving benefit. His idea of a stakeholder is incredibly vague. It's anybody who wants to come along and basically free ride off of what a company or some other entity is doing and say, oh, well, I have an important stake in this. Well, you have taken no risk. You have done nothing. And he's been trying to conflate these issues, and we'll see them popping up over and over again as the EF has unfolded, and certain ideas which have been entrenched and populated by them, something like ESG, which we know has infected, all of corporate America, and we're just starting to get some pushback on. That goes back to this concept of, what is this quote unquote stakeholder that really doesn't have a stake in the asset, in the game, in the creation of something valuable, in taking that risk. And so I think that's probably the most important takeaway, is that you have these people who want to free ride on what other people are doing and, benefit off of their work and risk, and that has been inherent. But when you hear stakeholder, it sounds like they have a stake, but they really do not. Give us a clearer picture of who these people are, as you say, because the World Economic Forum's tentacles reach far and wide. Give us a sense.
Yeah, because I covered the Davos convention. I think I did maybe like 3 or 4 videos on my live. I think I covered some shit at the beginning of the year because they was doing some shit in Davos. Yeah, just go to my lives. You ever just go down a playlist, you'll see WEF Davos. I think I maybe did like 3 or 4 lives. I did like 3 or 4 lives and maybe a couple small videos. But yeah, it's a lot of motherfuckers there.
Who are the members of the World Economic Forum, why they're powerful, why we really should pay attention when Klaus Schwab says he has an agenda.
So the interesting thing is, if you look at their yearly event that they produce called Davos, or you go to their website and you look at some of the quote unquote thought leadership or articles, they are incredibly well connected with the who's who of world political leaders and companies. They have a list of partnerships, and you'll go through some of the biggest companies in the world, and you'll notice that they are named partners. You'll notice that there are lots of political leaders who have attended. And it's challenging to sort out who is just there because everybody else is there, and this is a way where I can make deals and get an ego boost and whatnot, and who's really carrying these bad ideas back and putting them into practice. One thing that I encourage everybody to look up is the video of Klaus Schwab at the Harvard Kennedy School of Government, when he talks about this program they have, the Young Global Leaders. And this is where they identify political leaders and sort of bring them into the WEF system. And you have people like Canada's Justin Trudeau and Chrystia Freeland, who have been part of these leaders, and he cites them, and he's like, when you look around, and I go to these things, you have to penetrate the cabinets, and I look around and I know all these people, and they've been part of the WEF the Global Leader Program. And so when you have somebody like Klaus Schwab say, we penetrate the cabinets, I'm not sure what else that might mean other than we penetrate the cabinets.
Pause. Penetrate the cabinets. What we smashing wood now? What the pause? No diddy. Easy bugs. We got to penetrate the cabinets. We got to penetrate the cabinets and eat the bugs. Pause. No diddy.
So while this is supposed to be a non-governmental organization, an NGO, it seems like they're very, very entrenched in government. And when you see their ideas like the ESGs popping up with all of the publicly traded companies, with the most powerful business leaders in the world, then you start to say, well, clearly there's some connection here. This didn't just happen organically where everybody thought of this at the same time. It's coming from somewhere. And again, very persistent. He's been in the middle of all of this. And if you look at the different entities that are around him, some of them are there with the best of intentions, I'm sure, but a lot of them are taking this nonsense and bringing them back to their countries and trying to, quote unquote, effect change in a way that is sort of non-governmental central planning, which is as bad as any other type of central planning when you have a handful of people who are trying to make decisions for the masses because they think they're better or smarter, because they have more power. It's done very opaquely, and then that gets pushed into the system. The other thing I will say is that the WEF is very entrenched with the United Nations, and one of the things in my book as I was researching all of these different issues, the names that kept popping up again were WEF, United Nations, and some others. And at some point, it's like, well, okay, maybe this is a coincidence. But when it's over and over and over again, I don't believe that's coincidental any longer.
Right, and you have these UN goals, which seem to align quite nicely with the World Economic Forum goals. But before we get more into that, how are they exerting power, though? How are they? So they bring in these leaders and they're just influencing them through thought. How is this power actually exerted and manifests itself in intangible ways that lead back to this agenda?
That's really a good question. I don't think it's as formal as some people might like to think it is. I think that you get people in a room and you say, this is what we're going to push, and here's how it's going to benefit us, and go back and go to it. Something like ESG, which I keep bringing up again because it's just been such a big push, was such a clear grab for power and wealth and influence that, I don't know that there was a playbook that was put out and you have to do this thing, but by bringing in all of these key players, people who are influencing the choices of shareholders, like BlackRock and Larry Fink, who was a really big person in terms of bringing it from a world economic.
Larry Fink, BlackRock, he infiltrated our game. We'll talk about he said something about changing behaviors or influencing behaviors, some shit like that. It was like, nigga, why is you in the video game world, nigga? Why is you fucking with my escapism?
Forum discussion points into actually penetrating publicly traded companies. Now, of course, he's trying to distance himself from it, but that is the reality of how these things came to be. I think it's here's how we can benefit. Here's the money and the power lines, and everyone says that sounds great. I'm on board. This is the new thing, and they each go out and put it out in their own way. But it is this connection between these organizations that foster these sort of centrally planned bad ideas and lay out the benefits for the people who then bring them back and make us subject to all of them.
Right, centrally planned bad ideas which work to erode people's freedom under the guise that it is for what they deem to be the greater good. You mentioned ESG, and that links to the idea of climate change and that agenda. And number 4 on the list, you'll eat much less meat, an occasional treat, not a staple for the good of the environment.
You will eat Z-bugs. You will own nothing and be happy. Eat Z-bugs and this lab-grown meat made by Bill Gates, our best friend Bill Gates. He made your Xbox.
Our health. So yeah, that's number 4 on the list there. But let's focus on number 2 on the list of the World Economic Forum agenda for 2030, because that is equally as disturbing as you will own a nothing and part of how this all fits in. And they say that the US will not be the world's leading superpower. A handful of countries will dominate. And you started to bring that up at the top of this interview. It's a topic that you break down in great detail in the book regarding the US losing its status as the superpower, as other empires have before it, like the Romans, like the Dutch, like the British. And you break that down in tremendous
The Empire mixtapes, not for the weak-hearted.
Detail, the history of those empires, how they fell, and how
the Empire, not for the weak-hearted.
US has essentially abused the exorbitant privilege of having the global reserve currency. And you're saying that as the dollar life cycle comes to an end, as has been the fate of all reserve currencies, that the elites are positioning themselves for the Great Reset. So expand further on that idea.
I forgot her name, but yeah, that's the real shit. Everybody run about Project 2025. I'm running about Agenda 2030. Nigga, you will own nothing and be happy. Sounds like some slavery shit to me. Like shit, fuck the bullshit. What if this Project 2025 is to be put in place to combat Agenda 2030? What if motherfuckers is gang banging right before our eyes and we don't even know it? Like, but real shit, nigga, they both evil sons of bitches. But what I just got done showing you is the niggas that's above Trump, above Kamala. So while everybody is distracted by the bullshit on the world stage, I'm paying attention to the nigga that pulls the fucking strings. You understand where I'm coming from? While y'all paying attention to the puppets, I'm paying attention to the nigga that's pulling the strings. Okay? Okay. Look up Klaus Schwab. Look up Yuval Noah Harari talking about humans are hackable animals. Look up Larry Fink, the owner of BlackRock. Look up Bill Gates. Y'all should already know who Bill Gates is. Look up Dr. Fauci. He been motherfucking deleting motherfuckers with pharmaceutical weapons since the 80s. So, with that being said, this is the HHN Special fucking Report about RFK being exposed. How is he exposed? Because you still in the same motherfucking arena with the fucking people that murked your uncle. If you was gonna infiltrate that shit, you should have took out the people that took out your uncle and left the game. Moved to an island and change your name. But nah, you want a motherfucker trying to be the president. What? Not understanding the game. Are you going to stand up to the military-industrial complex? Are you going to motherfucking not go to war? I'm hearing all this fucking rhetoric that JFK did. And right after he said it, nigga, they hit him with that set it off treatment. Nigga, so are you willing to die on that hill, Mr. Kennedy? Mr. Kennedy. Nigga on some WWE shit. Like, nigga, but nigga, real shit that you exposed for motherfucking being there. And you next to Trump. And Trump talking about, we're going to get those files open. Nigga, fuck those motherfucking JFK files, nigga. Are you going to give black people reparations, land, and the bill to protect them like you did the Asians? That's the only thing I'm asking for, if I was in that political world. But we all know my view. My view is revolutionary. Viva la revolution. The only solution is revolution. Destroy your government now. In the words of Stokely Carmichael, extreme times calls for extreme measures. Now, the only reason why motherfuckers really don't want to do it because motherfuckers are afraid to die for what they believe in. And it's understandable. They're afraid to fight. But you're going to wait till they come to your doorstep to start fighting? Some people is. But I think we should take it to the streets and be strategic with it. Ain't nothing wrong with being strategic, because being strategic is taking out power structures and replacing it with our people. Let's change this country around. maybe we start breaking toys. Shit will change. I say it's only shit we haven't done. Nigga, real shit. There's only shit we haven't done yet. But I understand. But I'm here to help you get over the fear. I'm not saying follow me, nigga. I ain't on no Tupac shit, because at the end of the day, motherfuckers gonna follow me because I'm gonna have to be the one that start the shit. For real. And if someone start the shit before me, guess what I'm doing? I'm leaving YouTube and I'm going to join the cause. Because real shit ain't really about the money, even though we need the money to motherfucking get the land and get the freedom tools. But like, ain't really about the money, it's about the message. And the message is revolution. Nigga, like, we're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of being treated like second-class citizens. We're tired of the so-called help that we're supposed to be getting from the government that trickles down to the hood, but nothing never make it. You know, we tired of the lying politicians, but most importantly, we are tired of the poison, the food, the water, the air, disease. Like, come on, man. I don't think we don't know how good air is supposed to be breathed. I don't think I said that right. I fucked that sentence all up. But anyway, if we eradicate the real threat that's on this planet, I believe the world will be a better place. But we're going to have to get our fucking hands dirty. Simple as that. And if you look through history, man, just look through history. It's just nonstop fucking war. So let this next war be glorious. You know, let this next war be for a good cause. Our freedom. Nigga, on some Braveheart shit. They may take our life, but they will never take our freedom. Freedom! And it's just like the spook who sat by the door, where the star character, his name was Turk, and he was talking to his white friend. Black guy talking to a white guy that's down with the revolution. The scene was powerful and funny at the same time. But the white guy was like, God, I really sure do hate white people, right? And the black guy, Turk, was like, yo, this is not about hating white folks. I'm going to say that again. This is not about hating white folks. If you think this is about motherfucking black versus white, nigga, there's the dope. This is about living, fighting, and dying for our fucking freedom. That's the real shit. Our freedom is being taken away every day. Through these laws, through these policies, through these mandates, whatever. You know, everything to keep all of us down. Nigga, these immigrants are getting $15,000 in food stamps and $5,000 in cash assistance. Nigga. Free room and board at most places, getting free housing. I'm talking about, man, bro. Bro, like this should be making a lot of brothers and sisters mad. Yes, it is, but like taking it to the fucking polls ain't gonna do shit. Not only these motherfuckers are getting all this shit, but like they're committing crimes. They just took over 2 buildings, I think in Denver and shit. Took over two buildings. Nigga, they got 2 New Jack City buildings on deck. Nigga, 2 Carters, bro. Whooping up the police, getting out, no bond, no bail, like just getting out, throwing up the stone cold middle fingers. They in the produce section pissing on the fruits and shit. Fucking with people. It's like, yo. Venezuela dropping off criminals and shit. And then get on the news talking about our crime rate went down. Yeah, because you threw some criminals over here. And shouts out to opposite from the norm, who's on the JVJ network. Shouts out to JVJ network too. And we was talking about like all these billions and billions of motherfucking migrants or immigrants on the new swing vote. So black folk, your vote really don't matter no more. Even though it never did. So, you know, just we talk about Obama, like this nigga ain't help black people at all. This nigga helped the fruitcakes. He kept calling his wife Michael. And this nigga got the nerve to get on stage and talk about conspiracy theories. But you ain't talking about the conspiracy theories of all of us thinking your wife is a man. That's the real one, nigga. Is your wife a dude? As soon as you get into the game, the first thing to do is help the fruitcakes. Then you call your motherfucking wife Michael like 2 or 3 times. Come on now. Get the hell out of here. But anyway, in conclusion, I'm at the 2-hour mark. In conclusion, this world is cooked. We live in idiocracy. I advise y'all to click up with whoever that's on the same mind frame, get some land, get some freedom tools, and get ready to blast. Niggas about to be motherfucking purging this bitch. But you know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna really happen? Because we live in a land full of sheep. Everything is gonna go as planned. Kamala gonna be president. It's gonna be a fake ass insurrection again. And the world is gonna be let's just say screwed in policies and a whole bunch of other shit. She gonna be on stage saying the same old shit that's written for her, doing the fake ass laughing and shit, that crazy ass laugh. And good luck. But in another timeline, Trump wins. Nothing happens. The fucking JFK files come out and everybody like, yeah, we knew it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing happens. Like real shit. But what crazy times we live in, man. This election is very entertaining. Because real shit, elections are boring. Have you ever sat down and watched an election? Have you watched some primaries before? This shit is boring as shit. Real shit. You got to be really into this shit to motherfucking, like to really be like, all right, this is interesting. It's interesting because we got a celebrity that fought Vince McMahon trying to be president again. We got RFK making us think about JFK. And we got Kamala Harris talking bullshit all day, ain't really saying shit, ain't giving us no solutions, ain't giving us no policies. She already told us in her face, she's not going to help black people, right? Biden pops up out of nowhere after a crazy hiatus. You know that's not Biden, right? Hashtag that's not fucking Biden, right? That's weekend at Bernie's, nigga. Weekend at fucking Bernie's, nigga. That nigga is not alive. But yeah, man, it's like, look up the Smith-Monk Act, watch the movie Wag the Dog, and understand that presidents are not elected, they are selected. One of those Roosevelt said it, I think it was Theodore. But don't fuck with this politics shit. Because the real agenda is a fucking Agenda 2030, Klaus Schwab, eats and bugs, you will own nothing and be happy. Nigga. For real. This shit in this politics shit is bullshit compared to the niggas that's really running the show, and like what they got in store for the fucking world is fucked up. So if we start this revolution, close this country off, maybe we can live in a better place. So it's your man Hurricane, HHN Special Report RFK exposed. Why the fuck are you rubbing shoulders with the niggas that murked your motherfucking family? You an imbecile. I'm out.